Matt Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton, and Jay Panelson. I'm here to give my player ratings from Everton's 3-0 win over Burnley in the Carabao Cup. Brilliant result for Everton. A host of first team players playing last night, which is obviously you'd rather rest them and give them a bit of time to recover and stuff, but also means that they're playing well, the team's playing well, and didn't want to change too much. I was pleased with the team that got selected. I thought everyone put in a decent shift at the very least, and obviously went on to get the win. So Pickford and goal, I give him a 7.5. I always say if you keep a clean sheet, you're probably at a 7 anyway. And then a couple of good bits of goalkeeping, basically where he's playing it out and he's calmed things down a little bit. Some good passing, a couple of times on the balls, getting cut back from Burnley, got to cross it and got his body in the way, and little things like that, just kind of boosting him up a little bit. But yeah, 250 games of Jordan Pickford. I think he's like 38th now or something on the all-time list of players. And I think he's like, is he like the top 10, I think, maybe now for in the Premier League era? I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, really pleased with him, and I'm glad he's playing in these cup games, because I can't bother swapping goalies around, particularly not when, you know, our understudy is a huge drop off. So pleased with him. He's now getting a bit more recognition. He's getting the stats and stuff that he deserves in terms of clean sheets, games played, all that sort of thing. So yeah, really pleased Jordan Pickford there, and I'll give him a 7.5. Ashley Young, giving him an 8. Didn't think he was brilliant during the game. I thought he was all right. I still think Burnley targeted his side quite a lot, which is a common theme of this season. I wouldn't have brought him back into the team either pre-game. I would have brought him on if we were winning the game and everything, getting a bit of a run out. But no, he played all right. He was okay. He could have given my penalty in the second half when he pulled back one of their players, but luckily for him, he didn't go down, because that would have been bad at 2-0. I think that was. That could have been deadly. But yeah, just kept things calm and composed. Defended fine. He was okay, and then obviously gets a good goal right at the end when he went and played right midfield. And as I mentioned on the extra time match reaction or match review, nice to see a new player get on the score sheet for Everton. Far side to him, at the time Mykolenko gave him an 8.5. Thought he was brilliant last night, really good. I think he made 7 recoveries. He got on the final third plenty. He was winning the ball back for us. He was up and down. He's just been really good these last sort of 4 or 5 weeks. I was saying to someone last night after the game, I was like, this is why when we say stuff like, I'd move him on, or I'd replace him, or I'm not bothered whether he plays or not, because they're just not good enough, or they haven't been playing well, then you can turn it around. Everton fans, like I've always said, we don't, I think for a lot of people, if you say, I don't rate this player or whatever, and then they come good, a lot of people will admit that. And fair play to Mykolenko. I did not see a future for him at Everton, to be honest, but these last maybe 4 or 5 weeks now, he's been sort of at least a 7 or an 8 out of 10 every week. He's been really good, and yeah, I'm pleased for him, because he seems like a good lad. Obviously been at the club for a few years now, not been easy for him, but yeah, played well last night. I was pleased there. Jared Brandthwaite giving him an 8 last night. Didn't really have much to do, but whenever he did it, he just did it in classic Jared Brandthwaite nonchalant fashion. There was one time Burnley tried to get down the right, obviously he's on the left hand side for us, and he ended up in a foot race with someone. It's just like you could just see him going up the gears, and he was in like second gear by the time he got on the ball, but he was comfortably quicker than their wingers. So yeah, he's just class. I've given him an 8. I thought he was good last night, but didn't have a lot to do. Tarkowski giving him a 9. Scores a goal, gets an assist effectively. Yeah, really strong all night against his former team. Obviously didn't celebrate when he scored, but yeah, did well last night, Tarkowski. And again, those last three players I mentioned there, Mykolenko, Brandthwaite and Tarkowski, all in really good form, which is super important. Patterson's also playing all right at the minute as well. Pickford's obviously been brilliant for ages, so I think that's really good for us now. And that's another reason why, I wouldn't have brought Michael Keane anyway, in terms of, I don't want to see him playing for Everton, but I wouldn't have brought him or Ben Godfrey, because I like this back four at the minute that we've got. Obviously Young is coming for Patterson, but yeah, I thought he was really good last night. James Garner giving him an 8. I thought he was just good. He got about the pitch and put the ball up for the first goal, and yeah, I thought he was just sound, but then he made a brilliant interception in the first half, which stopped what could have been a certain goal, I think. Sander Berge puts the ball in, and it's one of them where he slides in, you're thinking, oh God, this could go in for an own goal here. But he just wraps his foot around it, gets it right to safety, and yeah, they didn't come near our goal for the rest of the game, really. So yeah, I thought he was really good. Onana, giving him an 8.5. Thought he was solid last night. Not his best game on the ball, but I thought he put in a good shift and got about the pitch as always. Again, that partnership between those two is just blossoming. It's great to see. Gets his goal, which I think he deserved this season, as I mentioned. And yeah, just another day at the office for Onana. Dwight McNeil. It's funny because I mean, you're watching the game. I was informed that out of possession he was dropping in, basically playing like a wing back, and then Mykolenko was playing centre back. I don't know whether that was on purpose, if we're going to see more of that, just a one-off, whether that even happened. But when I watched it back, I was like, yeah, no, he is kind of dropping in and playing as like a wing back, and I don't know, maybe that's something we're going to trial out now. But I just felt he wasn't quite at the races in terms of, yeah, he was getting up and down the pitch, but on the ball he didn't really offer too much. But he's honest as the days long, Dwight McNeil. He'd always give you the effort. Puts the great ball in for the first goal. So pleased again, 7.5. Also give 7.5. Jack Harrison worked his socks off. Got very little help in the first half from Ashley Young. I thought he was getting 2-on-1 constantly, and he was winning throw-ins, getting the ball back inside, keeping possession, just tidy. You know, he had a good game. And yeah, it looks like a shrewd pickup from us. Obviously, he got to come off as well, a bit of a rest, which is good because obviously he's only just come back from injury. But yeah, pleased Jack Harrison, and again, I thought he put in a decent shift. Danjuma gave him a 5. He was just non-existent the whole game, unfortunately. There's a big chance for him, but obviously not playing out on the left or as like a second striker. He was playing as like an advanced midfielder. And like you're watching the first half and second, and I'm like, where is he? He wasn't getting involved at all. And I was slagging off because it's not easy coming into the team and say different position, and we won the game. It's not an issue, but yeah, I just wanted him to take that chance a bit more. And obviously, he said he could have scored in the second half. Didn't quite throw himself with the ball. Not a great pass by Calvert-Lewin, but yeah, I'm sure his time will come. And then Calvert-Lewin up front, giving him a 7.5. Loads of good flick-ons. Did score. But he was judged to be offside. It'd be interesting to know whether they would have given a foul in the build-up for that or not. I'm not sure they would have done, but yeah, I thought he just played well last night. So he could have got an assist for Danjuma, some good running from him. And yeah, he looked like the Dom of old, didn't he, last night again. I think he's changing his style slightly, and injuries and stuff and form have facilitated that. But I just hope this next one, Don Calvert-Lewin, gets his best yet. And yeah, subs that came in, obviously, Patterson, kind of getting Beto. None of them really have much to do, but we'll say for Beto, he comes on and the first, literally half a dozen, 7, 8 things he tries don't come off for him. And you're thinking, oh, lad, this is not a good cameo. He has that shot that flies over, his touch is poor, he's passing it off, losing the ball. It wasn't a nice spectacle, but then he kept going, gets the ball, gets past the player, muscles out of it, and plays a great ball into Ashley Young. And I was super pleased for him. He looked chuffed. So just a special note to Better there, just because he will just keep going. We don't need to rush him. Everyone's talking about why he didn't come on against West Ham and didn't start last night. It's like, no, just give him time. He'll need that time. Dyche knew what he was doing with Harrison. He knew what he was doing with Calvert-Lewin. I'm sure he knows what he's doing with Beto. So yeah, hopefully we get to see more from him. But that was obviously a fantastic assist for him last night. And yeah, that's all from me today. So let me know down below your thoughts on the ratings. What would you have given everyone? And yeah, see you next time with the Toffees.